wanted to build would be different from your typical medical mission where you go down, take care of X number of patients, and then get out.
They are such a good docs and healthcare teams for kids who have trauma, who have infections, and taking care of things in the moment. They are fabulous at. But after the moment is over and the trauma is over, and if these kids are having issues not being able to breathe, a lot of those kids just die. Or they are trached, or they have put some tube in their neck and then they don't know how to fix it. So those kids stay in hospitals for months and years and can't speak and can't go to school and can't see their parents, and it's like an orphanage. One of the troubles that the doctors, often they have many fewer years to train than we have. They're often caring for so many children, learning by books without people instructing them. How do you actually do something and do it well?
We are blessed in the United States to be able to put together a multidisciplinary team of providers who each bring some different expertise to the table so that we can provide care. There are so many different components that need to come together to help bring a child through from unable to breathe to walking out the door trach-free, breathing, and going on to do all the things that a kid should do.
I had done some work at the Harvard Business School, and I had met Mahak Shah, and Mahak came down to El Salvador trying to get a sense for what is Operation Airway, what is that value that it contributes.
One of the things I really look at is understanding how to standardize and scale potential treatment regimens in an organization. How can we take and develop a playbook for Operation Airway? So that's everything from the Sunday clinic visit where you're triaging and assessing the children to setting up and doing the surgeries, as well as some of the ICU post-op care that occurs, and when they go to the floor. All the activities that go into helping children and their families.
When she drinks, does it get worse? In many of the kids that we see here in El Salvador, their airway is really narrow and it's hard for them to breathe. And so a trach is a tube in their neck that allows them to breathe easier. So our kids in this mission will frequently aspirate. The food will go into their airway instead of down their food pipe. In the United States, we use radiology studies called video fluoroscopic swallow studies to evaluate their swallowing. So in the United States, this is the gold standard. Instead of watching them clinically and guessing, we actually bring them down to radiology and we watch them feed under fluoroscopy drinking barium, and we can see if the child is aspirating or if they're drinking safely. So last year in El Salvador, it didn't exist. So the little boy we saw today, clinically he was wheezing. Was this asthma? Was this aspiration? We didn't know with certainty either way. The radiologist we worked with was phenomenal, and he understood the clinical significance of the study. Our ENT surgeons are now going to be able to make an educated decision based on the child's swallow profile.
For the first 5+ years of our mission work, most of the teaching just happened side by side at the bedside in the operating room. And now over this last year, we've begun to pair that really important learning experience side by side in the moment with a more sophisticated written and video-based curriculum.
Well, the curriculum is really multidisciplinary, which makes it so incredible. We have not only the surgical part of the curriculum, but we also have the anesthesia part of the curriculum, the nursing part of the curriculum, respiratory therapy, and of course the pediatric critical care part of the curriculum.
I had never done any type of medical mission before, so I was very nervous. Excited the opportunity to work with other surgeons, show them what I know, and help these kids get their trachs out, and surgeries that may not have been possible here now are possible year-round. That's the goal, and we're moving towards that goal very quickly.
Yo creo que una de las principales, y ya lo están haciendo desde el primer momento, es capacitar al personal de acá, ¿verdad? Tanto el doctor Bonilla como yo, que somos los más involucrados en ese hospital, junto con el demás personal no médico. Creo que una de las principales es eso, capacitar al personal lo suficiente.
Tenemos muchísimos pacientes con estenosis subglótica o con problemas de papilomas, con problemas de vía aérea, y gracias a esta jornada y a esta misión, los pacientes pueden recibir un manejo definitivo para poder tener una vida más normal, respirando adecuadamente, porque se hacen cirugías, se hacen operaciones que previamente no se hacían. Las plastías de tráquea no se hacían en el hospital.
Es la tercera vez que tenemos el honor de tener al doctor Christopher Harnick y su equipo, pero cada vez las cosas han ido mutando a bien, cada vez hay más, cada vez hay mejores condiciones en las cuales nosotros nos encontramos para trabajar a la par de ellos, y cada vez nuestro conocimiento se amplía aún más para poder ofrecer a nuestros pacientes lo que ellos necesitan.
Mi nombre es Ronald Saúl Ventura, soy el jefe de enfermera, ¿verdad? La capacidad instalada que tenemos son para 16 pacientes con soporte ventilatorio que necesitan ser monitoreados.
Our first trip to El Salvador, we met Ronald, who's the nurse manager in the PICU there, and he was a little cautious about our role and what we wanted to come in and accomplish. As we stayed and got to know him and appreciated him for what he could show us as much as what we could show him, we really have built a good relationship with him. He's a great guy, and he wants the best for his patients, and so he needed to trust us that we wanted the best for his patients too.
Senora Flores, she is the respiratory therapist. She carries a caseload of over 100 children that she follows inpatient for tracheostomy care teaching before they go home, and then they come see her in a clinic.
Y de ahí trato de sondear a la mamá cómo anda emocional y psicológicamente, porque andan en una confusión, andan en miedo que no se quieren ir del hospital porque no saben cómo lo van a manejar en casa, no entienden por qué les han hecho eso. Entonces yo tomo un lápiz y un papel y les hago un dibujito de la tráquea y los bronquios y les explico lo que ha pasado ahí, ¿verdad? Ya con dibujo, porque hay mucha gente que no puede leer y escribir, ¿verdad? El nivel de educación de mucha gente aquí es bien bajo.
I don't know how you do it, all of you. Like, you spend most of the days that we're here with us, but then you have all the other cases that you're doing too, and there are only 5 of you all together, and I just don't know how you do it.
This is about collegiality, but this is also about friendship. And this is about seeing a team like Dr. Bonilla and his team who know every one of their patients so well, and he obviously knows the parents, and he cares for them. And in that world, we can care for patients together and really learn from each other. When we go down to El Salvador, these high school students are in the operating room with us, and they're in the ICUs with us, and they're helping us translate and learning together. We are so grateful for them, and I think they learn a lot in the same time.